Once upon a time there lived a king and queen who wanted a baby. At last they got a baby princess. The king was very happy and said,
"We will have a royal feast."
They invited people from all over the kingdom, friends from far and wide, and 3 fairies. On the day of the feast, everyone came and brought many gifts for the little princess. The fairies gave her special gifts. The red fairy gave her the gifts of beauty and wisdom. The yellow fairy gave her kindness and joy. But before the blue fairy could give her a gift, a dense smoke came through the window. In came a wicked witch from the forest. She was not invited and was very angry. So she came with her own gift for the princess.
When you turn 16, a spinning wheel will prick your finger and you will die.
Said the witch and then left. The king, the queen, and the people in the kingdom were very sad. But the blue fairy said,
Don't be afraid. I cannot take back the witch's curse, but I can change it. She will not die, but will fall asleep for 100 years. Then she will awake only with the fragrance of true love.
But the king and queen were still afraid. So they sent out a messenger to stop the use of spinning wheels in the land. The messenger shouted,
From today, there will be no spinning wheels in this land.
When the princess grew up, she had all the gifts that the fairies had given her when she was born. On her 16th birthday, she went to a tower at the back of the palace. She found a tiny room and went inside. She then heard the sound of spinning. As soon as she touched the spinning wheel, she pricked her finger and at once she fell into a deep sleep. The king and queen were very sad, but they remembered what the blue fairy had said. The princess was not dead, but only sleeping. One day, the king went to meet the blue fairy.
"Please help us.
He said,
When the princess wakes up, we will be gone, and she will be alone in the great palace."
I do not have the power to wake her,
said the blue fairy.
but I will try to help you.
The fairy then went to the top of a hill and waved her magic wand. Then every living thing in the kingdom fell into deep sleep, even the king and the queen. The fairy waved her wand once again, and trees and bushes grew up so that no one could see the palace. It stayed like that for 100 years. Then 100 years later, a prince stopped near the forest in front of the palace. He asked the farmer.
What lay ahead of the thick forest?
The farmer told the prince the story of the princess.
I shall see the princess for myself.
Said the young prince. Then he reached the palace. The prince entered the courtyard and found everyone asleep. He went up the stairs of the palace and reached the room where Sleeping Beauty was asleep. When he saw her, he fell in love with her right away. He came down on his knees and offered a flower to the sleeping princess. Just then, the spell was broken. The whole kingdom woke up when the princess opened her eyes. The king and queen went to see their daughter. The cook started to prepare the wedding feast, and there was noise everywhere. All was well once again in the kingdom.